Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the Narrative Mindset. I wanted to make a quick episode, real quick. And this episode is going to be about, how to, if you're new to Amazon DSP, how to, you know, relieve that monster in your head that's thinking, how am I going to do this? How am I going to load my truck? How am I going to get these deliveries done? I'm worried. And then you end up rushing on your route, and there's a lot of stuff that you need to do that you usually end up skipping over, or you'll usually get traffic violations, all kind of stuff. So I'm going to try and help relieve you of that if you're starting with Amazon. Okay, first of all, when you get to work, you'll stand in line, and when he calls you, he'll give you an envelope with your truck accessories in it and everything like that. When you go to your truck, you want to have your phone out and the company phone, and you do your one inspection on your phone, one inspection on the company phone. Then when you're on your way to the warehouse, it's 10 miles an hour. When you get in the warehouse, it's 5 miles an hour. Once you go to stop, you want to make sure you stop before the white line to give the driver in front of you room to so he has room to work with his carts and everything. Okay, now on your phone, it will show what aisle that you need to go to. It'll be STE, we'll say D12. Your cart may be HPQ. So you look at the cart, you go to that aisle, you find that cart. If the sticker isn't on the front, it'll be on the back, but your carts are in that aisle. Okay, you take that cart to your truck. You look at your phone, it'll show you how many carts you have, whatever. You get your next cart. You take that to your truck. Now, here's the important part. On your phone, it shows you what tote comes first, what tote comes second, third, or whatever. And usually you stack them side by side, and then you go 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom, and then 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. And that's the way you stack your totes. Okay, here's the important part. Next, you'll scroll up and it'll show your overflow. Now, if your overflow is, we'll say your 400s come first, then your 600s, then your 300s. That's the way you want to put the boxes in the truck. They do not have to be in direct order, 451, 452, whatever. Just get your 400s in first, and then get your, 300s come next, get your 300s next. And then if your 600s come last, then it's fine. You can put those in the back of the truck, because once you get to those, you'll have tons of room because those come last. And then when you get them in there, what I usually do is I take the little stickers, I pull them off and put them in front so I can see them. So when I get up to go get my overflow, I can look right there. It's a quick look. I can figure it out and get the package where it needs to go. Next, if you have time, you want to take your first tote. And the way you sort your tote, I would recommend, is you open it up and you get piles. You get a pile of your 10s, a pile of your 20s, a pile of your 30s, a pile of your 40s, whatever. Whether it's a bag or a box. If it's a box that says 421 and a bag that says 428, those should be in the same pile. If it's a bag that says '07, one that says '09, those should be in the same pile. If it's a box that says 410 and one that says 415, those should be in the same pile. And then when you look at your app might say, okay, you're delivering 413, 412 next. So which pile do you want to get? You want to get the pile that's your teens. You want to take that, organize it real quick, set it on your, I would recommend setting it on the passenger seat because you don't want to be tripping over packages if you have to get an overflow. So I would say put it on the passenger seat, just organize it a little bit. So when you get to the address, then you can just reach over, grab it, go deliver it, get back in, next one. And you're just doing that and you're not rushing. And it saves you a lot of time. When you're done with the teens, if when you get to the next thing on your screen, it may say you're delivering 407, 406. So what pile do you need to go get? You need to go get the pile of the old whatever, 06, 07, 08, 09, whatever. Get that pile, organize it, put it on your passenger seat. Same thing. And then it eliminates you searching around for packages. And you want to remember, make sure you look at your screen real quick. If it says not in bag, that means overflow. Because if it's in the bag and we'll say it's you 411 and you're searching around looking for 411, 411 should be right there in your teen pile. And you also want to make sure sometimes you'll open your tote and sometimes the driver aid number will have come off. So those, you just throw them on your dash real quick. You don't want to put too many up there, but you usually only have like one or two maybe. Throw them on your dash. So when it comes down to, you're looking for this package, you look through your little teen pile right next to you, it's not there. You got to think. Maybe it could be one of these packages that didn't have a driver aid number. Usually it is. If it says not in box, then where are we going to look? We're going to straight to the overflow. And then that eliminates a lot of wasted time, and you'll be surprised at, how you'll be surprised at how easy the job becomes if you follow that particular order of organization. I literally yesterday I had to slow down because I didn't want to get done too early. It was amazing at how fast I was getting those things done. And, I wasn't even, I was taking my time. I was doing extra stuff. I was literally getting the package, scanning it in my truck, walking to the door, checking the address, yada, 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 which, if you go back 2 or 3 days earlier, I was literally stressed out because I'm trying to get this stuff done, So that's it for this episode. I hope that helps any new Amazon DSP drivers with their organization. I'm not saying it's the best, but I am saying that it did change my situation to, it changed my situation from, this is frustrating, maybe I need to get another job, to, okay, I got this. All right, have a good one.